I would say I always knew I was male, but I didn't really know what that meant. As young as maybe like 3 and 4, I remember feeling male, feeling like I was a boy. For those years, for like my younger years, I was definitely able to present masculinely and wear clothes we deem as masculine, until I was a certain age where I think they thought I had to, fit into these boxes that society tells us we have to fit into. I was encouraged and at some point forced to be a girl and to wear feminine clothing and present myself in a feminine fashion. And when I was a junior in high school, I came out as a lesbian, and that worked for me for then because I felt that allowed me to be a little bit more masculine. So when I went to college and I was educated on the trans community and I learned what it meant to be trans, it was automatic for me. It was, I'm trans, like that's how I identify, that definitely fits. Coming out to my friends was a lot easier than coming out to my family, obviously, and the friends who really knew me, there was no arguing that I was male. I mean, there was no arguing that this made total sense, and there was definitely no arguing that I was miserable. After coming out, after going through the process of my physical transition, that taking the steps I felt were necessary for myself, I actually experienced, you wouldn't expect it, but I actually experienced discrimination in the form of physical violence while I was at USF, and actually approached me and attacked me in the bathroom one time because I was not supposed to be in there and my kind isn't allowed in there and all these things he said to me. A lot of times I am completely surrounded by the fact that I'm trans and everything that I do is about my trans identity. But it's very important to me to also be a person, right? And just a person, just a man, just a guy. People really kind of dehumanize trans people. Definitely dehumanize trans people. They definitely dehumanize trans people. To tell someone they can't use a restroom is, can't relieve them. Like literally, it's complete necessity, is completely inhumane. And we're going back to segregation times where it wasn't about, bathrooms. It wasn't about water fountains. It wasn't about any of those things. It's about blatant discrimination. It's complete transphobia. It's complete, fear of not understanding one's identity because they don't identify as. There's also no reason that bathrooms even need to be gendered, right? At the end of the day, it is illegal in every state in this country to assault someone. So the fact that they think that they have to, or they feel or are telling people they have to put this in place, it's this fear tactic and it's complete bullshit. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And the fact of the matter is that women and children should be able to go into the same bathroom as a man and not have to fear for their safety. So the problem is that women and children have to fear for that in general is cis men's problem, primarily a cis male problem, right? And so if you want them to, not be attacked in the bathroom, stop attacking them in the bathrooms. It's just really, really, really crazy that we are not only being targeted, but punished and for crimes and situations that we have literally never been associated with. Transphobia is like completely built into our society, especially here in America. We have societal norms and gender expectations so ingrained in us from day one that if you look male, or if you wear a sign male, you have to like blue, you have to play with trucks, you have to grow up and be the man of the house, you have to provide for your family, right? And so for people who they fit into that and that, they're comfortable with how society tells them they have to be, they don't have to question anything. And so it doesn't make them think, and they wonder why people don't do that, right? Especially people who have a lot of privilege, regardless of what that looks like, have a very hard time discussing privilege and have a very hard time accepting and acknowledging privilege. And I would argue that's one of the biggest issues in our society. So if you don't respect someone's pronouns, or if you won't give in to understanding that they can be a singular pronoun, that's transphobic. Like, get over your privilege, get over what they taught you in grammar school, because it's incorrect. So when you're talking about someone who doesn't identify with a gender, you remove the gender from it, and you're still only talking about one person, and the world is not going to explode. We have freedom of speech and whatever. Like, you can't just degrade people. You can't just be disrespectful. At the end of the day, there's no argument on this political correctness bullshit. It's literally just respecting humans as humans.